You can find a show to be fine, entertaining, and worth watching while still finding flaws in it, and this is where I find myself with Alien Earth Mr. October. It's called Mr. October because, Reggie Jackson. It's a more grounded approach to science fiction naming conventions than we're used to, and honestly, I think it works. It's meant to be like a symbol for Joe Hermet because he and his dad used to watch old baseball reruns from like 103 years ago. I don't know how much they thought this through. It also metaphorically hints at Joe's moment to shine, or some kind of touchy-feeling shit like that. Once again, there are some spoilers, but they're gonna be lighter than Ariana Grande. So first of all, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. It really helps me out. So the episode starts out with Joe Hermet and the diverse Rent-A-Cops aboard the wreckage of the Maginot, because everything is diverse in this show. They bumble through the ship and give us some lazy exposition. I guess they're meant to be tough and all, but they mostly come across as slightly more capable than a Walmart security guard, and act like what AI thinks people act like in a crisis situation. That's too bad, because characters were mostly well written up until this point. We finally get a real look at the alien, and it doesn't disappoint. It hides in the dark, it's menacing and all around horrific. That is until the show needs it to be not horrific. In the original Alien, the creature was more like a force of nature, like Godzilla, a hurricane, or trying to get to a real person when you call customer service.
There's gotta be a way of killing it. How? How do we do it?
You can't. Perfect organism. Its structural perfection is matched only by its hostility.
Here, it can be shocked into submission when the story needs him to be stopped, and awakened by people's fear when the story needs him to unleash murder. Yeah, he smells fear, and it wakes him up, as if he was Snow White and fear was a kiss from the prince. Once again, the most unbelievable and ridiculous character is Joe Hermet. He's been reduced to a total ladyboy with little agency and not much to contribute except to be the damsel in distress rescued by everyone, including elevator doors that just shut as quickly as he needs them to. Hicks could have really used this convenience. Then, just as the action begins to build, we need to kill all the excitement by cutting to Neverland conversations about the meaning of life and the answer to the question we didn't really ask. Why did Boy Cavalier create the synths? Well, he just wanted to have a real conversation with someone smarter than himself. What? Did his mom overdose on Tylenol when she was pregnant? That's like inventing the internet because you don't want to pay for a subscription of Playboy. Wait, bad example? That's not a bad idea. I think the point they're trying to get across is that he's a narcissist, so I'm not totally opposed to the idea if it has some payoff. Still, intelligent conversations with 12-year-olds? That's just a bit creepy and strange. Next, we find the Lost Boys investigating the Maginot. That's the name for the synth kids in Neverland, because they're gonna beat those Peter Pan references like a dead horse. I do have to say that one of the better character development choices was putting kids in adult bodies. They're innocent, inject some levity and real charm, especially Sydney Chandler as Wendy. And the interactions between Slightly and Smee work perfectly. And we're back at Neverland where Kid Douchebag is negotiating with the Yutani half of Weyland-Yutani. There's a good back and forth between the two, and Kid Douchebag is trying to buy time so he can extract the biological cargo from the Maginot. Okay, so I gotta say, these names are just a little bit too derivative, like another movie that I won't mention.
Unobtain you.
During the search and rescue operation, we get some pretty great Xeno moments and over-the-top gore. There are some micro-transgressions to logic, set pieces set up more for effect than realism, and some plot conveniences, but I can deal with them. The Hermits have a sweet reunion that mostly works. It could have been built up a little bit more so we could get some interactions between the two that delve into the drama of lost siblings. It might also be interesting to find out if Joe could uncover the similarities between his sister and the hybrid, but it's a good enough scene. That's pretty much the whole episode. I think the pacing is a little off, but it's hard to combine the horror thriller aspect of Alien with a Lifetime short about lost siblings. I think the director wants to tell a story and still give us some blood and gore. It just takes you out of the world a bit too much. There's a point after the brothers rescued where he totally forgets about all the drama, murder, and alien chaos. And that seemed a bit off. He just got attacked by this insect bear demon. No drama, no urgency, no nothing. I think overall it works okay, but I think it's riddled with flaws and it might not be the best episode in the series. Well, I'll be back to let you know if the next one worked or if it sucked. Did you watch it? Are you gonna watch it? Let me know. And as always, keep watching movies.